Well, I guess you're setting up Frank Luntz. I couldn't sleep. I was in bed by that point. Somehow, Frank Luntz, though, I think that's what you're getting at, is still up. He's on 2 feet. How was it last night?
Well, it was fascinating to me because on night number 3, they really did put Hillary Clinton, they finished her off. They prosecuted her over the last 3 days in a way that I haven't seen a convention on either side since I started doing this in 1992. And in fact, we've got some incredible sound because Mike Pence was one of the most effective vice presidential nominee speeches that I've seen in a long time. Let's listen to what the American people had to say in response to Mike Pence. Word or phrase to describe Mike Pence tonight?
Strong.
Charismatic.
Very strong.
Credible.
Not fake, false, and phony.
Genuine.
Who did not have that positive reaction tonight? Tell me why.
Boring. He says the same old tired used Republican mantra. As an independent voter, I don't want to hear that.
Was this a smart choice?
I think so.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
He's good to bring the Republican Party together.
I think he adds great balance to the ticket and is really reaching out to people like us who are conservative, who are hesitant for Trump.
And who made up your focus group?
These are all undecided voters, and they're starting to move. But what's happening is they're moving away from Hillary Clinton. They're not moving as strongly to Trump. But that's the job of tonight. And if I were advising them, I would simply say, mention her once at the beginning, mention her once at the end. You've already made the case against her. Chris Christie, Rudy Giuliani, Scott Walker, even Ted Cruz. But the case for Donald Trump, other than his kids, which was very effective, and by the way,
Best I've ever heard.
Donald Trump Jr. is the JFK Jr. of this generation. He has the potential to be a candidate. He has the potential to be his father's single best surrogate. He did so well in our dials and so well in our focus groups. But the case for Donald Trump has not been made yet. And that's what tonight is all about. And he doesn't have to talk about Hillary Clinton. He doesn't have to mention her. He does have to talk about what he's going to do on day 1 and on day 100. Tell us the very first priority you have, and then tell us what you will accomplish in the first 100 days.
What did your focus group think about Ted Cruz taking the stage and not endorsing Donald Trump?
They loved it. You know why? The Republicans in the hall hated it because they're the hardcore, and I understand why. But when you're trying to win over independents, they want someone who's got independent thinking. Right. They felt so much better about the party because if the Republicans would allow him to get up there and not do that endorsement, that means they're open-minded. That means that they're accountable. It's a completely different take from a completely different set of voters.
What if we hear it from them?
Let's take a look at what our voters had to say about Ted Cruz. Good setup. You like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was okay with it.
Who liked it?
Right here.
Virtually everybody around here. What was so positive about that?
It's the principles. If Ted Cruz had done anything else other than that, I would have think he sold out. He spent his adult life helping the conservative movement. This guy is not a conservative.
It was party first. It was not the Trump National Convention. It's the Republican National Convention.
But does this impact your opinion of Donald Trump and Mike Pence? The fact that he didn't endorse.
Actually, it does, because Newt Gingrich mentioned that Donald Trump invited them to speak without the promise of endorsement, which tells me something about his character.
A lack of endorsement makes you feel better.
It was honest.
A good leader surrounds himself with good people, and that's what Donald Trump did tonight. They were all home runs.
Yeah.
All home run hitters.
And that guy is a Bernie Sanders supporter. And what is happening now is that our group is moving based on persona, not based on policy. And that's what happens with undecided voters. They're not trying to figure out the issues. They want to know the character.
What's interesting to me about that, and I get your point about why they thought, oh, that's a good answer. But at the same time, do they know that Ted Cruz and, for instance, John Kasich, the governor of this state, both promised to support whoever the nominee is, and essentially they told the whoppers, and they're not going to do it.
And yet for them, for an undecided voter, the willingness to be flexible, the willingness to, in essence, not go along with the party because that's what you're pressured to do, that's a good thing, not a bad thing.
By the way, Eric might be watching. Eric was good last night, too, right? Don Jr., fantastic. They're in a mini competition for performance. I mean, didn't you like Eric?
Donald Trump Jr. was a shock to the focus group because they assumed that he would just follow the same old, same old. They found him humble. They found him truly decent, civil. and they were saying that the father could learn more from the son than the son would learn from the father. I've never heard that before.
Well, wait till Ivanka tonight. All right, Frank, thank you very much.
Thank you. Can I also promote the shoes?
Very nice.
We can all stand up and salute Nike based on the red, white, and blue.
I have a big Phil Knight interview next week, so thanks for the promo.
Yes, and now the shoes are free.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Brian sat down with the CEO and went to the factory.
All right.
And it's bringing us gifts, I hear.
20 minutes
size
now.
11.
20 minutes.